2 years after I moved to Colorado back in the summer of 2010, I was hired by a company called Service Source, Inc. Service Source is a company which is contracted by the United States Army, and they hire people with disabilities to do civilian contract work out in the dining facilities out at Fort Carson. I'm Bill Baxter. I'm developmentally disabled since birth because I was a forceps baby. I also have Tourette's syndrome, which is characterized by highly abnormal motor and vocal behavior called tics. And eye contact is sometimes an issue too. But Service Source Inc. has helped me and others be successful, and it's helped me the last 3.5 years. But here's the kicker. When I first came to Colorado a few years ago, I didn't want to find a job or go to work. I wanted an early retirement on Social Security disability. So what brought about the change of heart and what motivated me to keep going? That's the story I'd like to share with you this evening. My father and I first arrived in Colorado Springs, Colorado, from the Anaheim-Orange County area in Southern California on August 14th, 2010. And we moved into the Cheyenne Place retirement community where I had hoped to live out the rest of my life. That didn't work out as my father passed away a year later, and I had to move out. But while I was at Cheyenne Place, I went online to the Social Security website and filled out the application for SSDI, and the process took close to a year. But toward the end of the year, SSA informed me that my application for SSDI had been turned down. A social worker helped me to appeal the decision before a judge appointed by SSA in May of 2012. But the judge upheld the original decision, and I was turned down for SSDI a second time. Here's the deal. Tourette's syndrome, even though it's a developmental disability, it is not on SSA's list of disabilities which they consider when awarding SSDI to someone. As far as being a forceps baby, those records proving it were lost a long time ago. Fortunately, as a backup plan, my social worker had me register with the Colorado State Department of Vocational Rehabilitation as a backup plan. DVR helps people with disabilities find suitable and maintain suitable and profitable employment. So I registered with DVR. And I was assigned to 2 job coaches. And it was a partnership of Jennifer Bailey and Carol Collins. And it was Carol Collins who pointed me in the direction of Service Source, Inc. And so we ventured over there to the Service Source office one morning, and I filled out an application. It wasn't long before I learned that I would be working as a civilian on a military installation. And then I began to ponder some things I had often pondered before, mostly about my family tree members and friends who have served in the military, particularly my uncle, Uncle Eugene Baxter, who was a medic during World War II and serving in the Solomon Islands, especially on and around the big island of Guadalcanal. My Uncle Gene was dubbed in the pages of World War II history as the Guadalcanal hero because he performed acts of heroism and saved a lot of lives, which earned him a Bronze Star. And eventually, when a big battle broke out on Guadalcanal, Uncle Gene sacrificed his life to save the life of a wounded comrade, which earned him a posthumous Navy Cross. I thought about him. I thought about other family tree members and friends who have served in the military and all the recognition that they got on days like Veterans Day and Memorial Day. And the more I thought of that, the more I felt I really missed out on something here, not being in the military and all. And then I think about my mother. When she was a young maiden, she served as a contract worker for the United States Army. And I thought, if only I could have done what my mother had done, I'd at least been part of all this somehow. Well, that opportunity stared me right in the face as I sat there in that service source office. And so my burning desire towards early retirement just, where in tarnation did it go? It done flew out the window, that's where. A change of heart had transpired, and now I wanted that job more than anything. And the office staff saw that too, and so I was hired. My first day as a civilian contract worker out at Fort Carson was, believe it or not, Patriot Day, September 11th, 2012. During the last 3.5 years of working as a civilian contract worker, my number one focus and motivation, even over my paycheck, work status, and other fringe benefits of the job, has been serving the troops out at Fort Carson. Because like my uncle over 70 years ago, these young men and women constantly put a lot on the line and sacrifice a lot for the freedom and democracy we share here in America. Some of them have been deported overseas to fight in the war against terrorism. Terrorism which threatens to undo our freedom and democracy. And some of them, like my Uncle Gene, have sacrificed their lives for our freedom. All of this has made me feel proud to carry out my duties out at Fort Carson. Make me look forward to getting up every morning and going to work a half an hour before reveille. And it has helped me to take the good with the bad pertaining to the job. Yes, even the coffee in the mess hall. Whee! The more I focused on the troops, the more it began to show in my work performance and my work attitude, which did not go unnoticed by the office staff or the shift supervisors. And so other fringe benefits of the job began to fall into place, such as awards. I've won 3 awards since going to work for Service Source. The first one was the On the Spot Award for a job well done. The second one I won was the Going Above and Beyond Award, which I received at an annual Christmas party. And the third was the President's Team Award for Service Excellence, which was presented at one of our annual awards banquets we have every summer. And I've sung the national anthem at least 2 of those banquets, one of them which I received the award at. 2 months after receiving the President's Team Award for Service Excellence, the company took my picture for a poster which has been used for hiring campaigns and job fairs. And I was chosen out of over 200 employees for that. So all in all, serving the troops out at Fort Carson has been a rewarding experience in more ways than one. My 67th birthday is the date SSA says I can finally retire on Social Security. I'm 61 now, but I look forward to a few more years of serving our troops out at Fort Carson and paying tribute to our United States Armed Forces. first to fight for the right and to build the nation's might as the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won as the army goes rolling along. And it's hi, hi, hey, the army's on its way. Call off the cadence loud and strong. 2, 3, 4, where'er we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along. Anchors away, my boys, anchors away. Farewell to college joys, we sail at break of day. Though our last night ashore, anchors away. Until we meet again, we're wishing you a happy voyage home. From north and south and east and west, the Coast Guard's in the fight, destroying subs and landing troops. The Axis feels our might. We are the first invaders on every fighting field. Afloat, ashore, on land or spars, you'll find the Coast Guard shield. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we will fight our country's battles over land and o'er the sea. We will fight for right and freedom, and we'll keep our honor clean. We are proud to wear the title of the United States Marine. Off we go into the wild blue yonder, flying high into the sun. Here they come, zooming to meet our thunder. Atta boys, give 'em the gun, give 'em the gun now. Down we dive, spreading our flame down under. Off with one heck of a roar. We live in fame or go down in flame. Nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force. For all of you who have served in the military or are serving, thank you for your service, and thank you for coming to listen to my story tonight. God bless America.